Sagittarius. So let's have a look and see how this applies to you in love, romance, and relationships. Sagittarius, love, romance, and relationships. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Cups, the King of Wands, the Judgment, the Death card, and the Temperance card. Okay, strong Scorpio energy, also Sagittarius here as well. Now, the Wheel of Fortune dictates to me that some of you, there's a cycle that's ending and a cycle that's beginning. The Death card isn't ending. A new cycle is also forming with the Wheel of Fortune. So this month, some of you could see that you're walking away from a relationship or ending a relationship. Something comes crashing down very, very quickly in terms of relationships for some of you. And I feel someone is definitely in an element of sadness, feeling devastation, lack of closure. It just happens so quickly that someone is definitely unaware of how everything is panning out here. For those that are dealing with, you had a Cancer underneath here, and then you do have the Cups, so possibly a water sign here. This is the water sign that could be very, very devastated, or in fact it shows that there's an emotional upheaval because of what's happened here. Now the Death card is symbolic of things coming to an ending here. And you do have the Judgment card, so I feel as though someone's really going to voice their real opinions, their true opinions, Sagittarius. Now this could be you or this could be someone else, but someone is definitely letting their judgments go. So I'm not sure if this has something to do with being a good judge of character, and the person that you're with maybe surprises you in a lot of ways with what they do or say or how they act this month. I'm leaning more towards that. With the Judgment card, it's karma. Now with the Death card, it can be things from the past. So for some, there's a karmic relationship that's forming, possibly someone coming in from the past. It could be a Scorpio, Sagittarius. You do have Cups here as well. You also had the Swords with the Three of Swords. So it could be any sign really. And some of you are a little bit fearful of letting them back into your life, Sagittarius. So maybe the Judgment card serves here as a disclaimer for you to be very, very meticulous in who you're spending your time with and who you're giving yourself to, because some people might not have the best intentions for you, Sagittarius. So this is something you need to consider. For some of you, there is a second chance, a new cycle, a new love with an old flame, so to speak. So new love with a past lover, with the Two of Cups as well. You can see this in the background here. So there's obviously another chance at a relationship here as well, but very, very much fate and destiny that's coming into play here. For those that have been single, you're entering into an auspicious cycle, and whether or not you meet this person and you have this love or have this sort of connection this month, or whether this is the beginning stages, whether this is the wheel kicks into motion this month and you begin to see progress, whether this is in your physical day-to-day life or whether this is through premonitions or visualizations or affirmations, you're definitely bringing love to you, which is really nice, Sagittarius. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Don't be too anxious. The King of Wands is present, and he often has this anxious energy where he's preempting too much and he just wants to go out there and find it. But that's probably not the best way to do it, because although you want to maybe invite this love into your life, I think you need to wait for signs, because there's a higher power at play here. The Wheel of Fortune, the angel with the Temperance card, and also another angel with the Judgment card shows that there's divine intervention, that if you just trust and have faith in what the universe is bringing you, there's a reason why they're bringing you this person and why they're bringing them now, because there's a new cycle that you're entering into, and I think you need to pay attention to what's happening around you, because there is wish fulfillment. You did have the Nine of Cups in the general reading, but you also have the Nine of Wands. They're very two contradicting cards here, so two possible outcomes for some of you. For some, there's a major ending that will leave you heartbroken or will leave the other party heartbroken. For others, a new cycle begins, one that you've waited for, something you've been patient for, possibly even another chance with a old lover is also possible. Let's move on and have a look at your career now, Sagittarius, career and creative pursuits. There's also children here, by the way, so several children in the Death card and the Judgment card, so possible pregnancy for some of you. And again, it could be unexpected. You know, you did have the Three of Wands here as well, so just putting that out there. Let's have a look at your career and creative pursuits now. The Justice card, Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords, and the Lovers card. Okay, collaborations, meetings, interviews are on the forefront this month for you, Sagittarius. I feel as though you're being brought together. Either you've been networking with people in the sort of industry that you're in. Maybe there's a contract coming through from an introduction or from a person that you already know. So I feel like you already have an established relationship or friendship, acquaintanceship with someone around you that's actually going to bring in a contract to you. So whether this is because they're investing money into a business of yours, maybe you're collaborating in business, this is absolutely possible with the Lovers card here present. This is a union coming together for a higher purpose here. I like that the Justice card is here. This shows that it's a very fair union that's happening here. So for those wanting to collaborate, this could be an auspicious time for you to do so. For others, I feel with the Four of Pentacles here, you're clinging to a certain situation here. For some of you, I see that you're clinging tightly to money. So I feel like some of you might feel like there's an element of lack of job security is what I'm picking up here, because I see you holding on quite tightly, Sagittarius. So maybe people have left very unexpectedly here with the Five of Swords. They've made an exodus, they've resigned, maybe they've been made redundant, and you're feeling a little bit sad, maybe you're feeling a little bit edgy because you're unsure about your job security and if you're going to continue staying at the job you're staying at. So there can be a little bit of this for some of you, not for all. For others, I think you're walking away. The Five and the Six of Swords, actually you have the Four, Five, and Six. For some of you, a lack of passion will drive you away to a different career or a different job. Maybe it's not fulfilling enough, maybe it's not exciting enough, maybe you want to lay it to rest because you're no longer interested, because you'll start to feel the Four, move on to the Five, walk away and sail into new horizons with the Six. So that's quite interesting. Some of you have international job affairs coming in, or international global companies that are very well known, very reputable. It could be in the tourism industry, it could be imports, exports, finance, legalities, working for historical sites, charities, working with artifacts, or possibly in the luxury division, working within the public sphere as well, being in the public eye even. But I think for a lot of you, if you are sailing into new horizons, this does look more promising, and I am seeing a contract. So for those that have interviews, I feel like you're absolutely going to ace it. In fact, I think you may have up to several interviews, Sagittarius, and you will actually have the luxury to decide which job, because there may be several offers here, but you're very fixated on one in particular, and I think you're sailing into smoother, calmer waters here on the career front, which is very, very positive for you. For others, I feel like you're taking a hiatus, you're taking a break from work, whether this is because you're going on a holiday, maybe there's travel involved. I didn't mention in the general reading you have the Knight of Wands, which can indicate movement or travel. Some of you are just traveling on the job, whilst others are traveling to take time away from work. Or maybe look over a contract as well. The Four of Swords can indicate a slumber, a time of withdrawal or retreat around this time of December. So for some, you will definitely be taking advantage of the holiday season and probably getting out and about, maybe taking a trip with a family, with a loved one, or even on your own. If that's what you need, Sagittarius, and so be it. I'm seeing that there's a love connection through work happening for some of you. This is a soulmate, or someone that's coming in with a very, very strong connection to you, very strong physical, sexual connection, and very strong chemistry. And this person is either in your division, they could be of authority here with a Justice card, so they may be involved in legalities of the business somehow, or you may be meeting someone. If it's not a collaboration, you might be meeting someone through work in a romantic sense, and maybe that's why some of you are defensive, because you perhaps do not want to mix business with pleasure, and maybe their conflict of interests, and maybe this can potentially jeopardize what's ahead for you in career. So just something to think about for some of you that are meeting this person here with the Lovers card. There's also a possibility for some of you to start a business or go into business or start a contract, a service or a product with a partner, with a spouse, with a boyfriend, with a girlfriend. I think there's the two of you are either saving for money here, saving to start your own business or an online enterprise of some kind here. And I do see this potentially being successful, but lots of research is needed, and I'm seeing lots of money and capital is also needed, Sagittarius. So make sure you're prepared in a financial sense for this if you are wanting to collaborate. And sometimes there could be disagreements between the two of you. It isn't all smooth sailing. There is chaotic water here with the Ten of Swords and then calmer waters. So, you know, it's not always going to be smooth sailing. Sometimes you'll have to agree to disagree here with this other person if you're collaborating this month. But look, I will leave it at that, Sagittarius. I hope this has been insightful for you. Thank you so much for watching.